What's good, YouTube? Today, I'm gonna do a meal prep video for y'all. I believe what you eat is the most important part of your fitness and exercise journey. You not gonna accomplish nothing or get nowhere if you just eat bullshit all day, if you just sit in bed and eat snacks and, you know what I'm saying, tortilla chips and shit like that. You gotta eat real food. So, I'm on a time crunch right now, actually. I gotta get to work at 3:40. It's 2:05 right now, so finna see if I can make do. Might be late, might not. Let's see. So the first thing I'm gonna do is put my sweet potatoes in. That's gonna be the thing that takes the longest to cook. So it makes the most sense to do it first. I made sweet potatoes for another meal I made this week, so just use what's left over from that. Get these open and get these washed off. Yeah, I don't know, like, sweet potatoes is like the most dirty vegetable ever, bro. They literally come from the dirt, I think. So, or potatoes in general, they all just be like that. So you gotta make sure you wash these thoroughly. And I got some little potatoes in this bag, so I'm gonna put a lot on here. But I'm trying to get about 5 servings out of this. So I'm gonna weigh up everything to make sure I get the proper amount of servings. And I'm bulking right now, so I'm eating more than I regularly would otherwise. So the portion is gonna be a little bit bigger. If all of the sweet potatoes could just be this big, nigga, I would be in heaven right now. So we gonna get these together. And then the oven's already preheated. So you're gonna need a fork and just poke these holes into it. Because if you don't, it's literally gonna blow up in the oven, and then that's gonna be a whole mess to clean up. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this with all of them. Just go around, make sure you get a good amount. Try and have a good amount on every side of the sweet potato so it can vent while it's cooking. So while we wait on those sweet potatoes, we're gonna go ahead and get started on the rice and then work on the chicken after that. So I put like 2 cups of rice in here. I don't really measure the water. I just put it like halfway over the white rice they got going on out there. A bunch of people in trucks just drove by. Yeah, if you want to rinse the rice off, like I said, I don't really measure the water out as much, really. But we just go get it about halfway full, a little bit over half of the rice. I like it to look like this. And then cut that bad boy on. I'm gonna put some oil in there too, because I want to season this concoction right here. So I want to get the oil in there so the seasoning will stick a little bit better throughout the entire thing. Get some salt, some Cajun. I think that's it, to be honest. I'll just do some salt and some Cajun seasoning in there. And I made enough to make about 5 servings, 5 or 6 servings. Or that's what I was aiming for anyways. Hopefully that's where I landed. I've been going crazy with the salt. It's, like I said, 5 or 6 servings in here. So you gotta think about, what is that, like 125 grams of rice or something? It's gonna be more for me, but you have to season that many portions of the meal. So you have to make sure you're putting enough seasoning on your food in order for it to taste the way you want it. Otherwise, you're not gonna want to eat it at all. And if you don't want to eat it, then there's no point in doing any of this. It was just a big waste of time. Get that in there. Get that a little stir. And that is money. We can leave that to sit until it's ready. Now we go get started on the chicken. All right, we got the chicken breast out. Special shout out to Costco, man. I'm putting y'all on. I got these. This was a bigger pack. I got 8 pounds of chicken for like 20 bucks. If you went to Target or somewhere, they would have charged you 20 bucks for like 2 or 3 pounds. So I'm putting y'all on. Down, Nola. I'm putting y'all on, man. They got a membership down. They got, she wants, oh! Sorry, baby, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. See, she wanna know what I'm doing so bad, she distracted me. But they got a membership, 65. Here, get out of here, man. Hold on. All right, I had to handle that, man. They was distracting me. But I was saying, they got a membership, $65 a year. You go save that in like your first 2 grocery trips there, man. But anyways, we just go wash this chicken off. You want to make sure you clean this shit nice and good, bro. I don't know what type of juice is sitting in, or I don't know what none of that is about, and I don't want to find out. So you want to clean that good. And I like to pull off any loose fat that I can. I really don't like fat on my meat at all. That's what holds the most flavor. But when the fat is like on the skin, especially on chicken, it causes it to have like a really weird texture. And I had to throw, like, one time I cooked this chicken, I just had to throw it away because there's just so much fat on the thing. Like, it was just slimy and gross. I don't know what that was about. I don't know where they do that at, but yeah. So I'm just gonna clean all of this and dry them off, and then we're gonna season them and throw them on the grill. All right, so this is the last piece of chicken I need to wash. And I like to just wash them until like the piece feels like, I don't know, you peel it out, it's kind of slimy. I like to wash it until it's like dry or like water wet, if you know what I mean. So those are done. Let's do a little maintenance here, clean up after myself. Always make sure you clean as you cook. You don't want to have a big ass mess to clean up afterwards. That's gonna take a lot of time. And I'm just gonna pat dry these. Make sure you get them nice and dry them off thoroughly. And we're gonna get them in a pan, put some oil on them and season them up. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and add this chicken to this pan. There's no particular reason why I'm seasoning it in this. It's just the biggest pan that I have in the kitchen, and I got a lot of chicken to season. I'm not even gonna be able to fit all of them in here at one time. But before you start doing this, wash your hands. Before you touch the seasonings or anything else besides the chicken, make sure you wash your hands thoroughly. You damn near out of hand soap up here, man. Damn. All right. So I'm going to season this with this rotisserie seasoning. Got this from Walmart. Some pepper, iconic, can't go wrong. Smoked paprika, a little bit of Cajun in, Old Bay seasoning. Can't go wrong with the Old Bay. I put that on everything, man, really. First thing we want to do actually is get this olive oil on here. And I make sure I put a lot. You want enough for both sides. And yeah, you just want to rub that in. Some on the pan too. This is gonna help the seasoning stick. Make sure y'all can see this. Oh shit. We gonna begin the process of seasoning the chicken. I already poured and rubbed the olive oil in there. You wanna make sure you rub the olive oil real good. And I put a decent amount on there. Enough to like coat the bottom of the pan on some shit to get it on the bottom side of it too. Cause I'm gonna put a lot of seasoning on here, so I don't want no issue rubbing it in. So I got some salt here. I'm actually finna get got some pre-grounded salt, man. Can't be doing all of that shaking and baking, man. That shit require a lot of energy. So I'm gonna put some salt on here. Season is preference. I season it to taste good. Your food should always taste good, man. You don't want to be eating no bland ass shit, cause then you're not gonna want to eat it. Excuse my language, but yeah, get that Cajun on there real good. I'm almost out of this one. I switch to that Old Bay. So I got it on deck over here, man. I don't play at all. The Old Bay is a little bit different though, so I'm gonna put less salt than I normally would like fucking with this type of seasoning, because the Cajun and the Old Bay, they got plenty of salt in them. All right. So we gonna get a good amount of that in there. I'm really showing y'all this whole process so y'all can see it. Do not play about the seasoning, man. Smoked paprika, we gonna go light on that cause that's strong. You don't want no spicy chicken. That's not what we making. I'll say we making Cajun chicken. That pepper. You see, you hear how I'm sniffling? Yeah, that's how you know you know what I'm talking about? That's how you know you fucking around. What your mama say? When that shit got your nose running, that's a righteous amount of seasoning. You feel me? Yeah. Get some. Put some more olive oil in here. Like I said, I don't want to have no issues rubbing this seasoning in right here, okay? Actually, I want to add one more. I want to add some of this all-purpose seasoning. Actually, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna use this. I'm lying. I ain't gonna use that. I feel like that's something that's better on beef. So I'm just finishing the whole seasoning process here. I did season the backside of the chicken too, but I only seasoned it with a little bit of the seasonings that I put on top. So not as much salt, definitely not as much salt as and pepper. I put a little, same amount of Cajun on there, but not enough to overpower the flavor of the chicken because I want you to be able to taste everything. I do finish the rice in this clip too. I didn't speak much more about it throughout this video, but the rice cooker is really something that you can really just put there and leave on and forget about for the rest of the cooking process. So yeah. All right. So this is what you want the chicken to look like. You want to have this nice red hue. You want to rub the seasoning in until you can't rub the seasoning in no more. You feel me? You want to rub that motherfucker in until you can't rub that motherfucker in. You feel me? Yeah, so I still got the other 2 pieces on the back burner. But chicken kind of take a long time to cook. So I'm gonna go ahead and start throwing some of these on the grill. Alright, so boom. I didn't show me putting the olive oil on. Let me turn this down a little bit because it's kind of hot. But if you want to know how much I put in there, a lot. So, yeah. You hear that? You know that's ready. And I know it's not burnt because you still got that yellow color when I dip it with the paper towel. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that chicken in there. I didn't put it on too much prior to when I started seasoning the chicken. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and put this in here. And I always like get a lot of olive oil in there because you don't want to keep having to pour it in there every 10 seconds. And like you already gotta watch it while you're cooking. You don't want to have to overwatch it because we want to work on other stuff so we could be time efficient. So while I'm waiting on these, I'm gonna go ahead and season the other pieces of chicken, and I'm gonna get back to y'all on the next step. Man, I went to go check the timer for my sweet potatoes, but then I realized that there wasn't no timer set. So Siri betrayed me. I usually let those cook for about 40 minutes though. I'm gonna have to see organically here. Yeah, those need about 10 more minutes. You want them to be soft. They gave me a little bit of resistance when I tried to cut into them. That shit should be able to, you should be able to get right in there, so. All right, so right now we kind of got a lot going on. The chicken is about to be finished. But while I wait on that, I want to get started on the mix I like to put on my sweet potatoes to give them a little bit more flavor. So, to start, you want to melt down some butter. All right. We're gonna need some vanilla extract. We're gonna need some cinnamon. And we're gonna need a little bit of honey. And can't forget some brown sugar. Now I left the bag open, so this shit is rock hard. But I heat that butter up, right? Get it in there, give it a second, and it's gonna dissolve. So just get every side of that wet. So heat down. I really eyeball this, so just like a pinch of honey, I guess, a little squeeze. Only a little bit of that vanilla extract. If you put too much, it'll overpower the whole thing. So just a little drop. Maybe a little bit more because I kind of got a lot of butter in there. And I'm gonna throw that cinnamon in there too. And we're gonna give that all a stir, but this chicken should be ready to go here soon. Yeah. So while that's cooking, popping me and shit. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a mix. Now I like to mix it until the brown sugar breaks down into it fully, and just all of it is adequately, you know, mixed in together. And by the time you're done, it should look like this caramelized kind of drizzle, and this smells amazing. And it really complements the natural flavor that sweet potatoes already have. So that's done. I'm gonna go ahead and finish whipping this chicken up. All right, we're still working on that chicken, but the sweet potatoes are done. I was watching them. They got a little bit burnt, but it's not nothing to write home about. And it only really happened because some of them were smaller. But Got my mix ready. It's been sitting for a little bit, so I'm gonna give it a little stir. But yeah, this is gonna be real simple. Right, so I like to press the back parts in before I cut it, just so that doesn't happen. I'll show y'all. So literally this does not happen. I went a little too fast, but it's all good, cause yeah, you know, made it work. But yeah, press the bottom, press it down a little bit, and cut into that. Oh my God, no! I don't know why the skin is so like tough. Oh, that's a mess. Ah, that's a damn mess. It's okay. All right, and once we get through all of these, give them a nice little spread. Make sure they're done too. You could do that by checking the texture of it. These ones are still a little bit tender, but it's okay. I don't really mind. Check this chicken out. Like I said, I'm working on the time restraint. It's like 3:15 right now, so I'm kind of juggling a lot here. Usually cooking is a little bit less chaotic for me. Nah, I'm lying. It's still chaotic, but it's more peaceful, less pressure, you know? But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and give all of these a little drizzle of this. And I pour it directly in the middle because I don't really eat the skin. There you go. And the sweet potatoes are ready. All right, so it's down 3:33 and the chicken is about done now. I done basically cleaned up after myself and did all of that though. So now the only thing here after is portioning the meals out. And I'm only gonna do one just to demonstrate for y'all because I don't even have enough containers for the food that I made, because all of my other containers are occupied by my other meals that I made this week. So this chicken's ready to go. So I just moved everything into here. I might start cooking the chicken cut up now because it really takes a long time to cook a big whole piece of chicken. Like it could take forever. And that just was why I took longer than I thought I would, but I still finished this all in about 2 hours or less. Maybe 2 hours or a little bit more actually, I should say, because I don't remember exactly what time I started. I think it was like 2:40 or something though. And you know, if you're working with a lot of time on your hands, then you really have no excuses, because I just got this done. I already went to the gym, edited the video from that, and now I'm doing this, and I'm gonna probably edit the video for this when I get home. So like, you have no reason not to meal prep. This is the most essential part, I feel like, of the whole fitness journey, is what you eat, what you're putting in your body. And if that's not on point, then you're not gonna feel 100% in your exercises. And yeah, it's just not gonna work in your favor, you know what I mean? All right, so now that the mess is mostly done and out of our way, we're gonna go ahead and portion out the food. So I got the rice, the chicken breast, and the sweet potato. And I want to get about, I got the servings on ChatGPT here because like I already trained it to know how much I'm trying to eat like in the surplus. So I need about 150 grams of white rice, 150 to 200 grams of white rice. And I'm gonna set that as the base of the bowl. just because I feel like it makes more sense that way. Why wouldn't I? Just weigh that out to about 150 grams. This weak ass spoon, man. This show say Merry Christmas. It ain't even Christmas no more, man. We got to 191, so that's cool. So I'm gonna press tear on here again. And now I'm gonna do the same thing with the chicken. So I want 150 grams. Well, I'm gonna go for 200 actually, or like somewhere in the middle. So that got me to 168. So that's good. Tear. Sweet potato, 159 grams. I don't know how much it was on there, but that's fine. I'm gonna eat that whole sweet potato, and I'm pretty sure it's over what I needed to make for measurements. So besides that, that's about it for the meal prepping. Not too much going on here. Sweet potato, chicken, and just some white rice with some Cajun seasoning on it. This is one of my go-to meals to make. I don't get tired of it. I make sure I season the fuck out of it to get it to taste how I want it to taste. And I make sure I'm making meals that I can continue to eat. So that's gonna be it for this video. I'm gonna portion these out whenever I free up some containers. Otherwise, I'm just gonna eat it out of here and do like y'all just saw me do every time I wanna prepare the video. Every time I wanna prepare the meal. So with that being said, man, that's gonna conclude the video, man. Y'all take care. I'm gonna go ahead and get my ass to work. It's like, what time is it? 3:42. We was done at exactly 3:40, which was kind of over what I was aiming for. I wanted to get done at like 3:30, so I had enough time to pray and get dressed. I'm still finna do that stuff, but I'm gonna be late. Don't be like me. You don't wanna be late to the work. But yeah, man, y'all take care, man. God bless. Peace.